Hey everybody, it's Jim Horton. We are here at the live world premiere, Black Sabbath 13, here in the YouTube live streaming hangout. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have an amazing fucking night in store for you. You're going to see the premiere of the brand new Black Sabbath documentary. We're gonna show you the God is Dead video, which some of you have seen. It's amazing. You're gonna see the world premiere of the entire performance of End of the Beginning, which was featured on CSI. We are going to do a live chat and question and answer with the band, with Sirius XM winners and some super fans. Ozzy and Geezer are gonna be here with us upstairs. Tony is going to be live via Google Plus chat from London, and Brad Wilk is going to be live via Google Plus chat from Los Angeles. It's gonna be a fucking amazing night. The album is currently #1 in 23 countries. And like all of you, I'm not some jaded record company executives. I am a fucking fan, and I'm exactly where you would want to be. I'm backstage. Ozzy and Geezer are in their dressing rooms, and I'm gonna do exactly what you would do. I'm gonna go inside while they're trying to relax, and I'm going to annoy the shit out of them. Come on. All right, where are they? Hello? Hello? There they are. Fuck off already. Hi, guys. How are you? Good to see you, Keith. Ozzy, how are you guys?
Where you been?
I was outside doing the opening.
Lots of people there.
And yeah, there are a lot of people here. How are you?
All right, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now, being sexually assaulted by Ozzy. Now,
Did you have a cup of tea?
what's that?
Did you have a cup of tea?
I did not. No, that's just too British. I have to have coffee.
Oh, all right.
Now, how do you guys feel? Do you know that the record is currently #1 in 23 countries?
I do now.
You do now.
Yeah, it's good though, isn't it?
Now, it's more than good. Are you guys not used to that? Like, is Sabbath not used to this kind of acclaim from everybody on the outside?
Well, not in the last 35 years.
Now,
Hard for it to sink in yet.
it really is?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself checking on updates and like, you know, checking the numbers?
To be honest with you, we've been so busy running around town doing this interview and that interview and signing autographs and things. But it's really good though, isn't it? I mean, to be honest with you, I never thought it was going to be as successful as it is. I mean, Terry Geezer said to me, how do they know it's out? Because there's no airplay on it. I said, well, is it on the radio much?
Yeah, we've been playing it a lot on Sirius XM, and I hear in London they've been playing it. How do you usually feel when an album comes out? Do you expect it to be successful, or do you try to get your expectations
It's
down?
really hard to say because you just do your best at the time and then put it out, and it's like giving birth to your baby after all this time, and you never know how your kid's going to grow up, so it's like the album.
Now, the first time you heard the completed album, that was after it was put together and the songs were put in order. How did you feel about it?
I thought it's a really good running order. It's totally surprised me because I didn't expect the blues track. What's it called now?
A Damaged Soul?
Yeah, Damaged Soul and Zeitgeist. We did them on the last 2 days that we were in the studio. So and they were sort of like, to us, throwaway tracks. They were just jams. So we didn't expect them to end up on the album. So it was really a good surprise to hear them with the rest of the songs.
And Ozzy, you had once said too that you guys don't keep your songs short because you like them to have like they're musical pieces. They're not radio play length.
That's true. We don't write like a 4 or 5 or 3 minute song. We just play until it gets time to stop. We don't think about the time. If it feels right to stop, we'll stop.
So you don't feel a need to stop it just because the radio will play it more.
And those when I edit the song down to 3.5 minutes, it never works for me. You know, it's like if we wanted it to be edited, we just done it that way when we recorded it.
What do you typically do, record release day? Is that something that you normally, like today's a big one, but do you normally pay attention to that, or you just treat it like any?
Absolutely, because you know, it'd be great if this gets to #1, because we've never had #1 with Sabbath or our solo careers.
Well, it is #1. It's the #1 downloaded album right now in 23 countries.
On the national chart, I mean.
What's that?
On the national chart, on the, was it?
On the Billboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me if it did, because this album is getting more play than I've ever heard any of your stuff. It's almost like everybody caught up and realized, oh yeah, we should have treated Sabbath better all these years. You have to notice how
Everything comes to those who wait.
Yeah, it took too long, but I mean, it is coming.
Oh yeah.
And you can feel it. Do you feel the mainstream acceptance even more since you got accepted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or did
I
that?
think that they're thinking more now. You know, we're getting better reviews and stuff than we used to. 'Cause and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, 'cause it's like strange to have all these people praising us when they used to just be slagging us. So it's sort of jumping on the bandwagon kind of thing.
Yeah, is there that fear too? Like, okay, now the critics like us. Are we doing something wrong because they like us?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it was high enough in the old days to get airplay, but now it's so people say, you got all the computers and all what you got to do now. I mean, people have been asking why we did CSI. Well, there's no music on MTV anymore, so you got to let people know you're really serious.
I thought it was great when you guys did CSI because it was like an old school, like when Johnny Cash used to do Columbo, like in 1975. Like they would have the modern day musicians. Like I loved that. It was like a really old school feeling, and I was happy to see you guys doing that because that was a massive platform.
The Beatles used to do 5 o'clock club. And
What-
stuff like that.
What is that?
It was like an old British thing with puppets. And
They did that.
yeah.
5 o'clock club. 5 o'clock.
With Pinky and Perky and stuff.
I don't know who Pinky and Perky are.
So it was a bit better than that.
Are a bit better than Pinky and Perky. I have to go upstairs and really start the show. This was just like to say hello to the people watching now.
Hello, guys.
Hi, guys. We're going to see you guys. I don't know why I'm waving like you want to see me. It's these two. I should just, I'm waving like I'm in the band. I'm an asshole. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Okay, cheers, Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for this evening can be heard every day on Sirius XM's Opie and Anthony show, as well as Ozzy's Boneyard. Please welcome Jim Horton.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. How are you? Well, I guess to start off, on behalf of Black Sabbath, that wasn't what I was going to say. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight and celebrating the release of 13 with Black Sabbath. We've been waiting a long time for this record, and it's finally here, and it's a fucking masterpiece if you haven't heard it. If you don't like this record, just cut your fucking ears off and throw them in the garbage. It is everything I wanted it to be as a Black Sabbath fan, and it is currently now #1 in 23 countries. It's available on iTunes and everywhere you typically get albums, Google Play, all those places. Go to the store. Wherever you want it, you can get it. And we have an amazing night because all of you people are here, and the band wanted to do this in front of you guys, but also to the millions of people watching right now on YouTube and Google Plus Hangout that helped make this album #1 in 23 countries. Thank you so much, and the band thanks you. Just to let you guys know what's going to happen tonight, we are going to show you the world premiere of a brand new Black Sabbath documentary. The God is Dead video, which is genius. A lot of you have seen that already. And the world premiere of the full CSI performance for End of the Beginning, which is serving as the video. You're going to see that here tonight. We are also going to do a question and answer with the band, with Sirius XM listeners and contest winners and some super fans hanging out in the Google Hangout. So, hold on, sir. You can clap in just a fucking second. You're panicking. This guy's just clapping every time I breathe. Clap! And so you know, for the question and answer, Ozzy and Geezer are going to be right here with you. Yes. Tony is going to be joining us via Google Plus Hangout from Birmingham, England, and Brad is going to be joining us from Los Angeles. It's going to be a fucking great night. Are you stoked to be here? And thank you to the band for giving me the honor of being a part of this, because believe me, I am not a jaded record company guy. I am just like you. I fucking love Sabbath. So, however you would feel, that's exactly how I feel being up here. So thank you to Black Sabbath. You guys ready to get the show going? Guys, relax and enjoy this documentary. I've seen it, it's excellent, and I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you very much.
We have a legacy. Black Sabbath was part of the invention of what they now call heavy metal.
It was never a radio-friendly band. It was more of a word-of-mouth band.
If we'd have stayed together, where would Black Sabbath be?
We can't leave it any longer. I mean, if we leave it any longer, it'll be too late.
I've had a lot of great musicians I've played with, but nobody plays Black Sabbath better than Black Sabbath. You know? It's like a chemistry that we just have.
Yeah, it's just like old friends getting back together and doing what comes naturally.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Birmingham, Black Sabbath.
It's a real special thing, you know. We've known each other so long, and it's like a family, and it'd be great to actually, you know, now we're actually working together and be in a room and play. It's great fun. Now the time's right for us to be able to be back together and do what we're supposed to be doing, play.
There's nothing better than a great gig. Nothing.
You do rehearsals forever and you don't get the same kind of thing until you go on stage and get that feedback from the crowd.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good fun to play in Birmingham. Certainly be a good challenge for us.
Yeah, it's just like old friends getting back together and doing what comes naturally.
Can I have a photo with you? I came from Croatia.
Where the fuck is that? We used to rehearse up 2 miles up the road here when we were kids.
Yeah, Birmingham had huge influence of where we were born and where we were brought up.
Changed a lot since we all lived here, and we all changed a lot in our lifestyle. But I'm proud I'm from Birmingham. I mean, I've never had elocution lessons to lose my Birmingham accent. It's like when I crossed that Birmingham border, I'm a Brummie again, you know.
I think if we'd have gone anywhere else, it would have been Birmingham fans would have gone potty.
It's always the most nerve-wracking because you know half the audience. So.
I just hope the people have a good time and we give them a good show.
I think I will be nervous because I haven't actually been on stage myself for a couple of years or so over that since I've had this cancer and all the rest of the stuff. So this will be for me a big step. I'm looking forward to it.
Incredible playing live at Birmingham. It was like one of the greatest gigs ever. The atmosphere was incredible.
Generals gathered in their masses. Evil minds and blood destruction. In the fields of bodies burning. and hatred to mankind. Poisoning their brainwashed mind. Don't love you. I wanna see you fucking jump. Come on.
It was sort of a warm-up for us, a test. Mainly a test for me, I think, in the end, because I hadn't played since being ill. You know, if my stamina would keep up, you know. And it was great. It was a really good gig, and the audience was fantastic.
It was brilliant, right, playing Birmingham again. Fantastic crowd. Takes all the years away from you. You feel like you're 18 again.
I loved it. It's great, I mean, it's great to have fun, you know. I just want to get on with the fucking record. I want to make a record now.
I've been a fan of Black Sabbath my whole life, and I actually met with them the first time maybe, I want to say about 15 years ago, talking about doing this. And eventually they came around and decided to do it, so.
This album is possibly the most important album of my career. Putting the trust in somebody like Rick Rubin or anybody else who produces it is very hard for me to let go, because it's like telling a pregnant woman what a baby's going to be like.
It's important to me as a fan. You know, I love Black Sabbath, and the idea that we're making an album that hopefully can sit alongside the best Black Sabbath albums is exciting.
What Rick did, he sat us all down and put on the very first album that we made, and he said, forget everything else you've ever learned. Go back to this.
Blues and jazz influenced heavy music. It's really pre-heavy metal. And so much of the music that has come in their wake, or people who've been inspired by them, have taken sort of one shade of Black Sabbath, and that's what they do. And we're trying to kind of put back in the other pieces. It's a record that the bands who have come in their wake can't really make. It's like what Black Sabbath does is a lost art.
The first album was like virtually a live album without the audience. We just went into the studio, played our stuff. In 2 days, it was done.
The last time we were in the studio all together was 1978, and it's different altogether now. We got much more of a thing going than what it was in them days, you know. Surrounded by drugs, it didn't help much.
You hear me? Yeah, I can now.
How does that work for you, that?
Just put it down, and I'll try and work something around it, you know.
Okay.
The difficult part with us was, of course, the drum seat, because we didn't know who was going to be playing drums on the album. But as it happens, it turned out really well, and Brad Wilkes tried other people, which it just didn't seem to be right for us. And Brad sort of fitted in really well with what we were doing.
Bill Ward, in particular, is just one of my favorite drummers of all time. So, I know that most people would want to see Bill doing this record, including myself. To get an opportunity to do something like this was really amazing. It's definitely a bit of a learning process. I think that, you know, at first, you just do a lot of listening, you know? Just listen as much as you can to, you know, whether it's hearing old stories about the 60s or 70s or listening to a new riff. You just really want to absorb and be a sponge.
And he goes, I know you, so you got long hair and a beard. Are you trying to be a hippie? And he goes, no. You got a wooden leg. Are you trying to be a table?
You know, the fact that I'm even sitting in a room with these guys is a lot for me to take in.
It's a tough job drumming in Black Sabbath because, again, because we're going for that pre-metal feel. There are a lot of drummers who can play the metal, but there are not a lot of drummers who could play the blues and jazz and bring heaviness to these more jam-oriented pieces and these sort of abstract-shaped songs that are part of what Black Sabbath does. It's kind of what makes Black Sabbath Black Sabbath.
Historically speaking, yes, Sabbath is known for its complex of a lot of different changes and different tempos, which in the early days they would say, oh, that's weird, that doesn't go. But we made it work. You know, we would make a change work from one tempo straight to another drastically. And this album is much the same process of it as it was in the early days.
Every day we'd get to the studio and to loosen up, we'd jam for an hour. So we'd just like, whatever came out, came out. It's just a jam just to get us loosened up so we could get on recording whatever song we had written.
If you're playing on stage, you sometimes speed up or slow down or whatever, and have little mistakes. The drummer might miss a bit, and that's really how it's been kept.
You know, I want it to sound like a real band playing. I don't want it to sound robotic. Technology from 1969 to 2012 has changed amazingly. I mean, if you repeat the same chorus line, you only have to do it once and do that. I don't want to do that with this album. If I do have to sing the same line more than once in a song, I want to sing it more than once. I don't want to go, oh yeah, bounce that over there. Because every time you do that, I feel you lose the spirit of it, you know.
Perfect mistake I made. That was your fault then, Goose.
Yeah. I kept insisting on that.
We're all getting old.
Did you? The catechism of an evil messiah. Dear Father, forgive me. I know just what I'm doing.
Music's not supposed to, as far as I'm concerned, not supposed to sound regimentally perfect. It's, you know, an anal. It's got to speed up and slow down and get a vibe, you know.
The most difficult part for me, I think, with the writing side of it is I've written so much stuff over the last 3 or 4 years. It is picking which ones we're going to use.
He literally had at least like 80 riffs that he could say, does anybody like any of these? And we'd like sit out and, God, and he'd keep coming out with these riffs and we'd like, yeah, that's definite. And we could have gone on forever. He's got so much material now, Tony.
Through our feuds and fights and arguments and falling outs, I've always said one thing, and that is there is no other player on the face of the earth that can beat Tony Iommi for riffs. He's the king of riffs. I mean, time and time again I'd go, there's no fucking way he's going to beat that. And yet he would. we had no idea what was going to happen. He was diagnosed with whatever cancer. And you know, I'm amazed that under the insanity of dealing with that, I'm coming up with some awesome riffs that he's known for. Blew me away. I mean, talk about Iron Man. He is fucking Iron Man.
Being able to work with everybody and everybody around, being around all the guys, it's been, you almost forget about it. You forget about your illness or forget about your aches and pains and things and you know, get on with it. It has helped a lot, being able to work and be around everybody.
What's that smell? That fucking cologne I got is crap.
None of them seem to take themselves too seriously, you know, and I love that. You know, it's amazing what these guys come up with, and just, you know, watching, you know, Ozzy figure out, you know, a melody line on a guitar part. It's really great to actually watch that happen and see that happen.
I don't wanna see you in the
No matter how weird the guitar riffs might be, Ozzy has this talent of coming out with like vocal lines that will go perfectly with the music.
Yeah. So he wasn't really flowing, he was just like filling that gap. I don't really need to
That's
fill
the problem with it, it sounds too blocky.
Yeah, and I know it's got to flow in, you know.
Yeah.
It's got like it's sort of like jumping on the key, you know.
Yeah.
I tried that.
We can try that and miss that other riff now. Yeah. We can try it different ways. Yeah. The one that feels the best. If there's any parts that anybody doesn't like, we'll say and say, oh, I'm not sure about that part. And then we change it, you know. It has to be a thing that we all feel that we like, and that's the right thing for that song. Do you want to run over that bit first?
All right, then.
Oz? What? Oz?
He's really fun to be around. He's got, it seems like a very, I don't want to say a short fuse, but like, it feels like the action needs to be moving very quickly, otherwise he gets really apprehensive.
That vocal line he's got was fucking shit. I don't know what the fuck I was singing.
Feels a little bit like, you know, being in the cage with a lion sometimes, like, you know, trying to keep him calm and getting all those stuff done that we need to get done. Really sounding good. I think we improved it overall.
Okay.
I'm glad we did this.
Thanks.
Let's do it one more time. I think you could do it better.
The great thing about Rick is that he's really good at sort of getting the best out of you, getting the best out of your performance, and getting the best out of the song itself.
He looks like a bit of a guru, but he knows what he's looking for.
Let's just get the last line one more time. For the victims of the sins you devised.
I come up with the melodies and the vibe for the songs. I write some lyrics, but most of the amazing lyrics, like the trippy lyrics, Geezer's got an amazing, colourful, fantastic kind of a brain. I don't know where it comes from.
These times are heavy, and you're all alone. The battle's over, but the war goes on.
The lyrics on this record will be sort of left off from the stuff we did in the 70s. Me and Ozzy used to write the lyrics back then together. And so it's the same kind of themes about life in general. There's science fiction in there, religion, war, politics, everything else.
He's never ever written me a lyric where I've gone, are you fucking joking? I phoned him up from the callbacks at Morgan Studios, which is an old studio he's in London. I said, have you got any lyrics? I'm in the studio. He's all pissed off at me, and he goes, oh, call me back in half an hour, I'll see what I can do out. So I call back. He goes, have you got a pen and paper? And I go, yeah. He goes, write this down, and he goes, sorcerers of madness, selling me their time. I'm like, are you fucking joking? He goes, why don't you look? I goes, no, don't stop. Child of God sitting in the sun, giving peace of mind. Fictional seduction on a black snow sky. Sadness killed the Superman, even fathers cry. I'm looking at the phone, I go, what the fuck are you taking? Get me some.
Really hard when you're living in nice houses and with swimming pools and stuff to be really angry with the world. But there's still a lot to get angry about when you, not necessarily that happens personally, which is what a lot of the old stuff was. These days you can look around you and there's still a lot to make you a bit annoyed.
I think as far as the anger and the youthful feel that we had all those years ago that we had on the early albums, the dynamics and stuff, I think a lot of it's going to be on this album. It's got a mixture of everything, angry and melodic, doom. I don't know much happy stuff there, but...
I'm very proud of the album, yes. I mean, I think we all are, you know, we wouldn't allow it to be done otherwise. There's too much at stake.
The dream is fulfilled. I am more than happy with this album.
I feel like it's timeless. I think it could be old and it could be in the future. It's because it's a pure sound. It sounds natural and real, and it just sounds like Black Sabbath.
We can really relate to each other more now, and we get on really well. It's really nice feeling, you know, to sort of, after all the things we've gone through, and all come back together and be able to make an album, and I think we all appreciated each other, you know, so much.
The one thing I've always been very proud of about Black Sabbath, and that is that we weren't a band that was created by some big business mogul in London, where I know a guitar player from this place. We were four guys that came from a 2 or 3 mile radius of each other. We had a dream, and the dream came true. We're brothers.
I love what we do. I love the music we do. I love the people we play with, you know. Well, I mean, it's been all my life, really, I've known these. It's just what we do.
How great was that? If you love that, it is available in the Super Deluxe Edition, which you can get on blacksabbath.com if you want to own that documentary. And before we go to the next video, I made a mistake before. I said that the album was #1 in 23 countries. It is #1 in 50 countries. 50 countries. 50. Yes, sir. Thank you. Right now, why is it always fucking guys that cheer me? Nobody with tits cheers for me. Thank you. A transsexual. Hey. The God is Dead video is directed by acclaimed filmmaker Peter Joseph, who handpicked clips from a lot of his brilliant work to make this video. If you haven't seen it, it really is a work of art. So we're gonna show you that right now, and then we're gonna come out and show you another world premiere video. So enjoy the God is Dead video.
till my dying breath. I transfer from reality into a living death. I empathize with enemies until the time is right. With God and Satan at my side, from darkness will come light. I watch the rain as it turns red. Give me more wine, I don't need bread. These riddles that live in my head, I don't believe that God is dead. God is dead. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Wondering if we will meet again on the other side. Do you believe a word? What the good book said? Or is it just a holy fairy tale and God is dead? God is dead. God is dead. God is dead. God is dead. Right. But still the voices in my head are telling me that God is dead. The blood pours down, the rain turns red. I don't believe that God is dead. God is dead. God is dead. God is dead.
What an amazing job by Peter Joseph, right? Now, one thing that Sabbath fans know is we're not used to our band getting the kind of mainstream coverage that these guys are fucking getting right now that they really deserve and are finally getting. All of these years of waiting, the end of the beginning, they premiered on the CSI season finale, and it was fantastic, but they only showed a little bit because they had to get back to the story. This is the world premiere of that entire performance. It's the first song on the album. Here's the video for End of the Beginning.
source of the solution. The system has to be recast.
Are you still enjoying yourselves? Right now, I want to take this moment to welcome SiriusXM, who is joining us live. It's Ozzy's own channel, Ozzy's Boneyard. We are broadcasting live. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for those of you that support SiriusXM and Ozzy's channel. Yes. Now, as a part of this town hall with Sabbath, SiriusXM had a contest for the listeners to participate and ask some questions of the band. So we have 10 winners here who are going to get to ask questions directly to the members of Sabbath, and I think we've waited long enough. Are you ready to move forward and bring out who you're really here to see? Let's hear it, Ozzy Osbourne and Geezer Butler.
Hi, guys. And thanks for coming out tonight. Really good to see you.
Now we want to introduce, via Google Plus Hangout, from Birmingham, the great Tony Iommi.
Tony!
Hello.
And we'd also like to welcome, from Los Angeles, joining us, a guy who did an amazing job on the album, Brad Wilk. Give him a nice hand. Nice hand for Brad. Yay. He might take a second to pop up. There he is.
Hello.
And I think we should start off with some fat guy yelling shit. Tony, we want to go to you first if we could, and we're so happy you're joining us. We wanted to say hello, and how are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks, Jim. Fine. And I'd like to say hello to all the guys. Brad and Ozzy and Geese.
Hey.
Hello.
All right, Brad, thank you for joining us. How happy were you with the way the album turned out?
Oh, I was extremely happy. It was a dream to make a record with these guys.
Now, can I ask Ozzy and Geezer, I want to ask you guys, when you first heard the album, what did you think when you had heard the completed version of the album?
I was completely blown away when I heard it.
You were?
Absolutely. It's like we got the old magic back, you know.
Now, when you first met with Rick Rubin, you knew what he wanted and what he expected. Did you think you guys would be able to do that?
At first it was a bit daunting, because he wouldn't tell us what he wanted, you know. You had to rely on his talent, you know.
And what was your first meeting, Geezer? What was it like with Rick Rubin? Like, did you think, okay, we'll be able to pull this off, or this is going to be a problem?
No, I thought it was going to be good because I think it was the way that we were thinking about the album anyway, to go back to the basics and to record live in the studio and capture that old live feeling and forget about Pro Tools and all that. Just do it as if it was an analog recording and doing it straight to tape. So the Pro Tools thing didn't even come into it.
Did you feel
Shut
like
up.
a lot of the bands, like using Pro Tools and stuff, have lost a connection because you get so disconnected from the music? Did you feel more connected to it, that you were singing live with
yeah, it's the way we used to do it in the beginning anyway. He wouldn't have, if you had a mistake, he'd make you do it again. He wouldn't repair this mistake.
Do you think that bands take too many flaws out of the album?
Well, now with this technology, you can layer it forever. I mean, I fell into that trap with one of my albums. The temptation is there, so you're going to use it. But he used Pro Tools the same, but Pro Tools, like we used to use tape, he wouldn't let us do that many overdubs, you know, which is great.
Now, Tony, I wanted to ask you, too, what was the schedule like recording for you? Because I know you guys had a schedule that you worked on that worked for you, and I think that helped the band a lot.
Yeah, we sort of worked, certainly when we were recording from round about 1 o'clock till 6. Stop laughing, Geese. And about 1 o'clock to 6. It was really good because, you know, we didn't burn out or anything, and Rick put that clear that we should just do the track and then maybe start another one and then stop around 6 o'clock.
And you felt that that helped you guys, Geezer, to kind of to have that schedule like that?
Absolutely, it kept us fresh. We'd go in at 1 o'clock, and that's the way we wrote the album as well. We'd go in at 1 o'clock every day and finish at 5 or 6. And it'd give us time to get home and, just listen to it leisurely. And it just worked out really well, kept it really fresh and vital.
Now, lyrically, this album is really, really, it's like you still write about a lot of the same stuff that you wrote about in the late 60s, early 70s, but with updated topics. Like Dear Father is an amazing, can you talk about Dear Father a little bit and how that came about?
Dear Father was one of the first songs that we put together as a band, and everybody was waiting for lyrics to it, and so that particular day, there was something on the news about the paedophile priests, and I just thought, well, the church has been having a go at us since we started, so it's our chance to get back at them.
And Ozzy, you've said that you would come up with some ideas. You said this in the documentary, and how fast Geezer fires out lyrics for you.
Every day he was coming with another set. I was wondering when he was going to run out of ideas. Every day with a new set of lyrics.
And you felt that Tony's, you said also that you didn't think that Tony would ever, like, you're amazed that he's never run out of good riffs, that he just keeps...
He's the riff king. There's nobody to touch Tony Iommi for riffs.
That's it, he's done it now. I've never come up with another one.
What was that, Tony? I'm sorry, we didn't hear you.
I said, that's it, he said it now. I'll never come up with another one now.
That's what you said 40 years ago.
And Brad, I want to ask you, because you did such an amazing job, what was it like not only working with Geezer, Ozzy, and Tony, but more than that, you were creating with them. What was that like to be creating with these three legends?
It was an amazing experience. I grew up trying to emulate those old Black Sabbath records, so at first it was really surreal for me. Being in that situation, it took about a week and a half to sort of get over that, and after that it was great. I mean, the music, it was almost the drums were almost built into the riffs. The riffs were so great, and it was one of the most instinctual records I think that I've ever made. Probably because, having grown up listening to those records so much.
Well, you did a great job on it, and we were
Thank
talking.
you.
You're very welcome. We were talking downstairs about, is it kind of hard with this mainstream acceptance that Sabbath always, the system kind of pushed against Black Sabbath, and now the system is going, wow, we were wrong, you guys are fucking amazing. Is that easy or difficult for you to accept?
We're not really used to people saying nice things about us. I don't know. I can fuck off, with the nice shit. Say something bad, man.
Tony, do you agree?
What can I say to that? Yeah, I mean, they have for many years. The system's has been up and down towards us, but it's sort of finally come around after all these years.
One of my favorite songs on the album is Damaged Soul, which, can you talk about how the riffs in that came about? Because I think that's one of the heaviest and best songs on the record, and it really is fantastic. But that wasn't meant to be a song. What happened with that?
Are you asking me?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I probably should say Tony.
Right. Well, really, it was Rick who said on about doing a blues jam. And basically, we were just jamming along, and we came up with these ideas, and next thing you know, we were recording it and actually using it. So it was relatively quick how we did it. I mean, we didn't even know it was going to be on the album, to be honest.
Did you guys make a conscious effort? Because I've said that this album sounds like it was recorded in 1971, and it doesn't sound like a rehash of anything you've heard. It sounds like a true old Black Sabbath record. Did you do anything to avoid sounding like we're rehashing stuff? Because you did an amazing job of not falling into that trap.
We left it all into Rick Rubin's hands. For years when I'd run into him, he'd say, if Sabbath ever get back together, I want to produce the album. So he had years of, inventing what he wants, thinking about what he wants it to sound like. And he had a game plan, which was a really plus for him, because I've used producers in the past, and they just go, oh, do that one and do that one, And we did 16 tracks, so we had a lot to choose from.
You did 16 tracks, and then you allowed him to kind of decide, okay.
Oh, yeah. It was great. It was really good to work with.
Is it rare that a producer can have such a tremendous effect on a band with such a distinct sound and a distinct history as you guys? Because it doesn't seem like it would be easy.
He was a fan, he wasn't just a producer, he was a big fan of Black Sabbath.
And because I remember in the documentary, Just Blame Me, I think it was called, or Don't Blame Me, Rick Rubin had said that he had wanted to do something with you, and you guys didn't want to make the same album, but now it seems like you both wanted to make the same record.
What?
You know what? Basically, Ozzy just told me to shut the fuck up in front of the whole world, and he's absolutely right. That was a statement, it wasn't a question. I just said words. What? Yeah, I should put a fucking question in there. What exactly convinced you to finally do the record with Rick after all these years?
We tried to do it in 2001. It fell apart because of one reason or another. We weren't ready for it. But this time, it was just the right time, We couldn't have left it much longer, When we were all in our mid-60s, and another 15 minutes, we'd all probably be fucking dead. From the Grave, the new Black Sabbath album. That would be a good, would be good, wouldn't it?
That would be great. From the Grave, the new Sabbath album.
From the Grave, the new Black. Yeah. But we wouldn't get the fucking royalties. Again.
Oh yeah, I guess there were. The business has changed so much, I guess, over the years. Do you have to worry more or now or less about that type of stuff happening now?
I've got a good manager. She's my wife, a manager.
Yeah. Sharon doesn't play games, does she?
No. She doesn't mince her words either. Especially when you overtake a drink when you're not supposed to. You wake up with a coffee pot bouncing off the back of your head. I did it, and she did it too.
Well, we also have, as you guys know, we have the Sirius XM. I know you guys are anxious to talk to the band, and you, like as the contest said, you are going to get to ask questions directly of the band, and we appreciate you entering, and we appreciate you being here. Now, if I could just find my cards, and we could move along. All right, let's start right now. The first winner, Jared, where are you? You get to ask your question first. All righty.
Hey, guys. Thank you. So after 35 years, which is also my age, what was it like to make a studio album together again?
It was like we'd never separated. It came together the way it used to, instantly. We don't mess around. When we all click in together, it's just magic happens,
But in terms of the autonomy, like you guys have you're all your own names, Ozzy, Geezer, Tony, Brad. Was there any conflict in terms of how much power you had?
No, it was better than it ever was. We were all straight, we weren't stoned. Well, no, some of us were. You know what? Drugs make you lie, man.
And can I ask, did you guys feel the same way, Geezer? You felt the same way being back in the studio? Because you and Ozzy have worked together before, but you haven't worked with Ozzy and Tony together. Did you feel the same way?
Well, I've been working with Tony on and off since 2005 in the studio, writing together. And we've been touring as Black Sabbath since 1997 with the original band. And it just felt like the natural progression to go in.
And finally do the record.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you, Jared. That was great. Peter, you're next, sir.
How you doing, guys? Two-part question. In the early days of Earth, who were your influences? And then as Black Sabbath evolved, how did your influences change?
In the early days of Earth, who were your influences? And as Earth evolved into Sabbath, how did your influences change?
Well, you know, Cream, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, all the bands that were around when we were kids, you know. I can't remember.
Also a lot of jazz and blues.
Oh yeah, jazz, blues.
Jazz and blues things as well from the early days.
Did that change as time went on, or did you keep the same original influences on the guitar that you had before?
Who are you asking?
Oh, shit. Tony, sorry. I'm looking up at the screen. I think he can see me. I really am a dumb motherfucker. Sorry, Tony. Why did I do that again? He already yelled at me. Sorry, Tony. Did your influences change as time went on, or did they remain the same?
Well, I think, you know, you still have your basic sort of blues roots, and certainly for me with guitar players and stuff, and then, but as time goes on, you pick up new parts, you know, from other, like as Ozzy said, Cream and Jimi Hendrix and stuff. It all influences you as you go on, you know.
And I promise I will not let that happen again. I will address you properly next time.
He'll punch you in the fucking eye.
Oh, I know he will. I'm fucking pissing off Tony Iommi. All right, thank you very much, Peter. John Mainville, you are next, sir.
Yeah, my question is, out of all the Black Sabbath songs, what's your all-time favorites and why?
I don't have a favorite song, but every album we did together, it jogs a memory in my head where the way I was or behaving or what was going on at the time. So it's not like a specific song. Every album we did has its own story, you know.
How about you, Geezer? Do you have a favorite song or a favorite song to play live?
No, not really. It just depends what mood you're in. You know, we don't really go home and listen to everything that we've done.
Right.
But playing live, I like War Pigs. It's a good one to just vary in the solo parts. You know, you just sort of ad-lib bits in it.
Mr. Tony Iommi.
You smooth fucker.
Do you have a favorite one to do live, or one that you haven't done live in a while that you would love to do live?
Well, I like a lot of the stuff we're doing, and there's always room for more stuff. I like most of the stuff we've done. You know, I like to play Into the Void. I think that's quite a sort of adventurous sort of song. And a lot of power to it. And like Guy said, and War Pigs and Iron Man and so on and so on. I mean, they're all classic songs for us, really.
It's fun to watch you guys playing the new songs, too. I watched videos, and you could see Methodemic, or you could see End of the Beginning, and to see people enjoying those songs as much as they were enjoying Into the Void or War Pigs must have made you feel good.
It's great for us to have something new to play after all these years, because we haven't played anything new on stage for like 35 years or something. So now it's great when we just finished the Australian tour, and we did 4 live songs, and it was fantastic doing them. It just fit right into the old stuff.
Yeah, I was watching them, and the people were reacting to them so amazingly well, and you had to notice that Ozzy singing them, how much the people loved the new stuff.
Well, you know, what Geezer was telling me earlier on, that I never noticed it, but we did 2 shows in New Zealand, and the second night they've been listening to God Is Dead, and they were singing it in the audience.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, already. It's caught on already. Thank you very much, man. That was a great question. Appreciate it. And Paul, you had a question?
Yeah. This is for Tony, at least to start. What was it like working with Rick Rubin on the new album? And how did his input affect the way that the band approached the material?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it worked out really well. You know, Rick had got ideas and we got ideas, and I think to go back to the roots was a good way from him to start off, you know, and playing us the first album and getting us to listen to it, which we thought was strange at first, but we realised afterwards that it's to get the vibe of the early feel. And Rick sort of directed us with that and didn't let us go off that. So if we started straying away from that sort of vibe, then he'd sort of pull us back. So I think it works really well that way.
I just want you to know how much it hurts my feelings that Tony enjoyed your question a lot more than any of mine.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks. Next. Craig.
Hey guys, how are you?
Stand
just
up.
wanna Say thank you.
Oh, sorry.
I am standing. Guys, my question is, for all the years of touring, what is the most difficult song you have to perform live? Ozzy, what challenges you the most to sing live?
He's asking what's the most difficult song to perform live, each of you guys.
Out of the ones we do now?
Yeah.
I sang these songs on this new album in a register that I can do most of the album.
You can do the whole album.
And if they call them, I can do them. You know, in the past, we used to do drop-ins and tricks in the studio and match it all up. But you know, I purposely did it so I can sing them all on stage live.
And how about you, Tony? Is there one that you find more challenging to do live than others?
Well, I think it's good when they're a bit more challenging. You know, it keeps you on the edge, and it is good playing the new ones because you know you have to think a little bit more about them, you know, and get sort of because they're new songs, you know, they're a bit more challenging.
And I wanted to ask Brad, can I ask you a question about the moment you got the call from Rick Rubin? How did you find out that you were going to be playing with Sabbath? What was that happened?
I actually got a call and was asked to go jam with the three guys at Ozzy's house, and that was really exciting for me. It was just, you know, you want to go jam with your childhood heroes? Sure, why not?
Were you worried you were going to blow it?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, man. You did I keep saying it, but you did an amazing job, and you stayed true to the Sabbath sound.
Thank you.
Amazing fucking job.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And George Gruber? Yes, sir. You're next.
My question's for everybody. What would you say if I can go back to 68, 69 and tell you in 2013 you would have the album #1 in 50 countries and still touring the world?
We'd probably think you're nuts.
I agree.
He's saying, would you have believed it if back in 1969 he had said by 2013 you'll have the #1 album in 50 countries?
Oh, I'm shocked now, to be honest with you.
And still touring all over the world.
I don't know whether I trust it though, because it's like too much too soon.
Wake us up.
Yeah, is it kind of hard to trust that, like when things are going so good?
It's just like so incredible. You know, the album came out yesterday and today in the USA, and you look. I woke up and there was like hundreds of emails from people saying, "Congratulations, you're #1." It's just amazing. It's just
#1 in 50 countries.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Jose, we have Colleen. Hi, Colleen.
What do you attribute the ongoing popularity of Black Sabbath's music and hard rock and heavy metal in general?
What do you? Yeah, who do you ask? She's asking, what do you attribute the ongoing success of Sabbath and metal? Who do you want to go to Tony first? We'll go to Tony first. Mr. Iommi?
Oh, thanks. What was the question again? What
I fucked up again.
No,
Hi, Tony.
I can't hear that one. Hello.
Colleen, do you want to ask Tony? Go ahead.
Sure. To what do you attribute the ongoing popularity of Black Sabbath's music and hard rock and heavy metal in general?
That's a difficult one. Ask Geezer.
Thank you very much, Tony. It's because of people like you that still keep us going and still love rock.
And you know, you said many years ago in an interview that the Black Sabbath were blue-collar people, and the music speaks to regular people in a way that a lot of other metal doesn't, and you have not lost any of that feeling that you had in the late 60s, and this seems like it's still very genuine, what you write about and what you sing about.
Yeah, we've never forgot where we come from. You know, we came from not very rich beginnings, working class. We were all working class families, and we really appreciate what we work for, and we appreciate the people that have followed us, because everybody, they've just stuck to the principles and forget what's trendy at the moment. That everybody's stuck together and made us what we are, made them who they are.
Excellent. And
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Hi, Jimmy.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. We wouldn't do it without you, Ed. What's your question?
How has touring together changed over the years? What new challenges do you guys face now that we're getting a little bit older?
He wants to know what challenges did you guys face after all these years writing this album?
We just fucking
Trying to stay alive is one of them.
Haha, now you pissed off Ozzy. How does that feel?
I'm fucked.
Yeah, Tony, do you have an answer for that? Any challenge?
Yeah, just trying to stay alive is one of them.
All right.
I think there's always challenges, you know, but we just get on and play now and enjoy it, and you know, we really do enjoy doing what we're doing, and it's been probably nowhere near a challenge like it was in the early days, because it's a totally different thing now.
Right. Well, thank you for the question, which almost fucking offended everybody in the band.
Sorry, Oz.
Jenna, of course, we have you here. Hi, Jenna.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to know, how is the recording process different after 35 years, and have the advancements in technology made it easier or more tedious?
Well, we probably went further back to the old roots that we used to do. We went in and basically played. We didn't use a lot of technology. The only time we used sort of a bit of technology is when we're rehearsing and writing and putting the stuff together. But actually recording, we went in and it was very basic. We just all played together in a room, like we did in the old days. Ozzy was in the booth at the back, could sing all the time while we're playing. So it was, you know, very basic and really like we did in the early days.
Ozzy, you touched on that earlier too, how nice it was to be able to, and you said this in the documentary, where you sing a verse once and they repeat it, but this time you wanted to sing it every time.
That's right. I mean, Rick would have me singing some days too for 4.5 hours, you know.
4.5 hours?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't, if you fucked up, he'll have you do it again, you know, which is great.
He didn't fix it electronically, he just made you redo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, for all of us, it was like, because it was a live band situation, if I made a mistake on bass or something like that, we'd all have to stop and start from the top again, just to keep that live feel and the live vibe going.
And was part of the ability to get this sound back, the fact that you were doing it live put you not only, if it hadn't been with Rick?
I think because we've been back together again, you know, playing live, and it's just we wanted to get that same feeling that we play on stage in the studio, which is what we used to do on the first 3 or 4 albums, and I think that's the way we do it best.
And we have one more question from our Sirius XM winners, and we do thank all of you guys for participating in this. And yeah, we appreciate all the listeners getting involved in the contest. John, I cannot say your last name.
That's all right. My name is Rich, but you can call me John.
Oh, okay.
So everybody knows that Black Sabbath invented heavy metal, and the first thing I want to say is thank you for reminding the world today what heavy metal music really sounds like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, amen.
Thank you very
That's
much.
right. My question is, the recording process for 13, did it start with lyrics? Did it start with riffs? What was the origin of how you started to record the album?
Come on, Tone.
Well, basically we went through a series of CDs and picked out a riff to work on, and then we'd start building the song up. So it basically started off like that, and we tried different parts in a song until we liked them, you know. And then Ozzy did the vocal as we were doing it, And that's really how we did it. So we didn't. We had plenty of ammunition. Let's put it that way. We had plenty of stuff there. So we threw a lot of. But so we were in good shape as far as that was concerned.
Thank you very much. And we also have a couple of super fans hanging out in the Google Plus Hangout. And we would like to ask you guys if you want to ask a question. Can we pop up? Who are we going to first? Is it Isaac? It is Isaac? Okay, we're popping up Isaac. We're just waiting for Isaac, who's going to... We have like a little bit of a delay, as you can tell. Oh, my God. Thank you, Isaac. Well worth the wait.
Hi. Brad's going away. My God, that Brad's put weight on, isn't he?
Isaac, I hope this is a good question. We can't hear Isaac.
That's a good question.
Isaac, do you want to try it one more time?
Yeah, it's technical difficulties, I guess. After so many years apart, did you guys have enough material to write another album for another album release in the near future, or are you gonna, or is this gonna be it?
I'm not putting out. I'm not putting out the question out that I'm going to do an album. Of course, I'm going to do a Black Sabbath album. I'm back.
We'd probably have enough material to do 2 or 3 albums, but you know, how we done this album, we had enough material, but we were still writing more while we were in there. So it was, you know, that's the way we work. We come up with stuff as we go on. So it hasn't been a problem. I've said it now, but that's really how we work.
That was a fucking good question by Isaac. Thank you. Nice job. Long wait. I'm glad he didn't fuck that up.
I love you too, Jimmy.
Thank you, buddy. All right. Now we have one more question. Yes, we're going to go to... Where are you, sir? Fuck Joey. You're a tough crowd, man.
Fuck Joey, fuck Joey, fuck Joey.
Fuck Joey. Oh, boy. Wow. Hey. Holy shit. Wow.
Are these all like our doppelgangers?
Hi, Joey. Where are you incarcerated?
I am from Lancaster, PA, Eastern Pennsylvania. My question is, what advice can you give to any upcoming metal and rock and roll bands?
What advice can you give any up-and-coming metal or rock and roll bands? Tony, any advice to upcoming young bands? Because there are a lot of young bands. We're being seen all over the world. It's not just by this room. We are streaming worldwide. So I know there's young musicians watching.
I think you've got to sort of believe in what you do and really stick to that, you know, and not follow trends, because then your true self will come out in your music.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ozzy, how about you? Advice to young musicians or young singers? Anything you'd say to a young singer?
Just be determined. You have determination. I think eventually you'll get some success somewhere or other.
If you're determined, you'll have success.
Yeah, not you may not have big success, but you'll be, you know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We had a dream. We had a dream all those years ago. And I wouldn't have believed I was sitting here all those years later.
Because you were determined, and now here you are, all these years later, with the #1 album in fucking 50 countries. It's an amazing thing for a Black Sabbath fan. Some band fans get spoiled. We have not been spoiled. We are really, really happy for your success and for how fucking amazing this album is. It's everything we wanted it to be as Sabbath fans. Now, we want to say to our Google Plus fans in the hang, we want to say thank you to the fans, Isaac and to Joseph. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That would be your cue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. And we're going to say goodnight to Brad. Brad, thank you so much. And I really meant it when
Thanks.
I said how fucking great you were.
Thank you.
Bye, Brad.
And now,
Bye-bye. Take care.
can we please have a Don't forget to catch the tour, blacksabbath.com, and thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this, man. It means so much to me, you have no idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Good night.